Today I have a story about the scariest day of my entire life. It happened in Chile in 2017. I was a young, I still am young, but I was a young guy looking for adventure, looking to be like all the other crazy YouTubers and stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a guy from Mississippi. We don't have mountains. We don't have crazy shit. Everywhere, I have no experience at that point when it comes to climbing mountains, doing just crazy adventurous stuff.
Woo, it's been a while. Look at this place I'm staying at. Life of a backpacker. I'm in San Pedro de Atacama, and you walk out, look at this view.
So I was willing to risk a lot, and I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do something awesome. So when I was studying in Chile in 2017, it was like around April, I decided to go to the Atacama Desert. There's all sorts of just crazy, adventurous stuff to do. You can go sandboarding, you can go see places that look like Mars and the moon, and it's just a completely different world out there. But off in the distance are these mountains that border basically the town. You can see them everywhere you're at. They're the tallest mountains there. Well, technically they're volcanoes. So anyways, I wanted to be adventurous. I wanted to go do something crazy when I was there. So I'm in the center looking for stuff to do, and I see an agency that basically lets you go climb these volcanoes. They send you up there with a guide, and they let you do some amazing, awesome stuff. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And they were like, you have to acclimate 3 days in a row before you're able to go up there. So that's how serious the altitude is when you get up there. And I went on 3 tours, 3 days before, each day going up to a high altitude, so probably around over 12 or 13,000 feet each time, easily. The day comes of the trip. The guide picks me up at about 5 in the morning from my campsite. I was literally like camping in a tent in the middle of the desert, not like I wasn't in an actual place, so I was already just living on the edge when I was there. So we get there to the spot that we're going to stop, and it's me, 4 Brazilians, and the guide's obviously Chilean guy. He speaks Spanish. He speaks like 5 languages or something. It was crazy. And it was just me. So we get out, and we're on this beautiful lake surrounding the mountain in the altiplanic region, which is the high altitude region of the zone. So basically it's just huge area that's just above altitude, and then on top of that is the volcanoes. We eat. We have some coca, which is like this tea that they prepare for you. It gets you ready for the altitude, and a lot of people drink it out there. I think it's illegal in the United States. I don't know. So we get back into the Jeep, and we go as far up this volcano as we possibly can until the Jeep starts going backwards. That's how far up and how steep the volcano got. So once we got to that point, we got out, and it was just beautiful. You could see you were above all the other mountains. It was incredibly beautiful and a humbling experience just being there. I couldn't believe that I was there. This little boy from Mississippi, never done anything even close to this before. The most I'd done is just go on like the Appalachian Mountains, which are just super low mountains on the East Coast. So here I am on a volcano in Chile with snow. I mean, the whole thing was covered in snow. Hiking up in a line with the Brazilians and the guide. It was a cool experience. So we're getting up there. I'm feeling cool. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling confident. And we get to a point to where the snow starts turning into ice. And at that point is when I started getting pretty scared. I was like, okay, like I have there's nothing on my boots or my shoes that are protecting me. And I'm just there, man. I'm scared. I will fully admit I got very scared at that point. And at that point, the volcano is called Volcán Lascar. It is more than 18,000 feet tall. For reference, Mount Everest is 28,000 feet tall. So we're about 10,000 feet short of Mount Everest. Oxygen is starting to get really low because the higher you go, the less oxygen you have. And for someone who's not used to it like me, even with acclimating for 3 days, when I hit that ice and I got scared, the altitude sickness hit me. I got hit with severe altitude sickness, and I mean, I lost track of my name. I was forgetting everything. I couldn't think straight. I felt sick. I felt nauseous. I felt literally every bad thing that you don't want to feel when you're on a mountain that's 18,000 feet tall, and you're pretty much the only English speaker there, and there's no one's going to really come help you. It's going to be a long time before you get any help. So I froze, and no pun intended, I am on ice, but I did not freeze. I froze, and I sat there. I literally sat down, and I could not move. I was like so scared, and the guide is like, oh no, this is happening. And it was happening. So he comes back around with the pickaxe, and I don't know how he didn't fall. I mean, the whole thing was ice. I was just scared. I was scared I was going to slip and fall, because the whole mountain or a volcano, it just goes down. There's nothing to grab onto. I was so scared, and in the photos, it doesn't look like it's that much, but man, I mean, it was steep. So I pretty much had to give up right there and quit. I was so scared. I was like, today's going to be the day I die. Something's going to happen, and I'm going to fall down this mountain. I'm going to die. Or I'm going to black out from the altitude and not having oxygen. I was just scared. So he helps me out, and he gives me a walkie-talkie, and he's like, you got to go back down to the car alone. And, I mean, what other option do I have? Like, either just sit there, I have to go back down. They have to go back up because they paid to go to the top of the volcano. So I was like, okay. I was somehow able to, he led me up. He was able to get me standing. And at that point, I was like, okay, I can maybe get back down. I just went really slow. It probably took me an hour or two to get down.
Guess I'm gonna fucking document this. I got a little bit on my phone, but I gotta fucking breathe so I don't get altitude sickness. Oh no, I already have it. That's the fucking top. I fucked up, man. That's way where I was, where those other people are. Yeah. I still got a long ways to go. I made a halfway point, and I guess I don't know what to fucking do, man. I'm gonna wait here for a minute and feel better, hopefully. Man, I should've just went to that fucking lagoon with the Australians, gosh. I chose to do this. It looks super good. Super easy. I guess maybe it is easy for some people. Some people that are fine with inclines, with snow going up like that. Even though it's kind of like that right now. I gotta go all the way down there, and half of this shit is ice. It is fucking gorgeous out here, but I gotta get back down to the car. The car is way down there. Oh my gosh, that's it. Oh, fuck. I'm just so happy I didn't fall down that one part. That was so scary. Oh god. I was so close to the top. Oh my gosh. But there was no way I would have been able to make it down. There was just no way. I messed up really big time. And it's my fault for thinking I can do this kind of stuff, but I can't. I'm too scared. I take my life way too seriously. I don't want to lose it. And that's how you lose it, man. They're probably already up there at the crater right now, just having a good time. That's alright. I'll see you from the pictures. Gosh, fuck. Got a long ways to go. I'm cutting it off from there.
I was just going, stopping at nice spots, relaxing, breathing how they told me to breathe. You have to breathe a certain way in that kind of altitude. So, long story short, I made it to the car, and I was okay. I was just really scared, and it taught me that you gotta prepare for certain stuff. You gotta, you can make it through these events, but sometimes you sign up for shit that you're just not prepared for, and that was the case. I was just not prepared for that. I didn't know what I signed up for. And I'm sure many people have had an experience like that. But honestly, in my entire life, that was the closest I've ever felt to a major traumatic event happening, because it was very scary for me. And I ended up making it down. The Brazilians came down, and they were cheering at me at the car, like, oh, you're a sport, you're good. And I assumed the Brazilians had probably more experience with mountains than I had at that point, or higher altitudes. Because, yeah, I was pretty much dead. And when we got down and everything, we were all cool. We got down and I could not even look at that volcano again without getting nauseous. And I was still there for like another day or two in the Atacama Desert. So I just literally could not even look at that or even think about going up to another high altitude region. And I think that was just the altitude sickness speaking. So yeah, that was the scariest day of my entire life. I was on the edge, and it was a boundary of, yeah, it was crazy. So